Of the COVID-19 pandemic and its debilitating impact, unemployment, poverty, dysfunctional municipalities and poor service delivery weigh heavily on the mind of voters. Disrupted electricity supply, a huge inconvenience and irritation for communities, as ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa discovered firsthand this past weekend. SABC News senior reporter Chriselda and Cameraperson Masabatha Ralitabo visited one of the affected families.
By all accounts, electricity is bound to be a big decider for voters in South Africa's upcoming local government elections. So here in Sun Valley in Soweto, residents have been in the dark for over 13 months. Just this past weekend, the governing party's president was in the township scouring for votes, promising to have the lights turned on. But here, the appetite to participate in the November poll appears to have diminished. It's a daily nightmare. Over a year without electricity. And 62-year-old Mabela says nobody cares.
The
flickering flame, the only bit of light as she moves around her room. No choice but to have the gas stove in a precarious spot. But this is the life that Mabela and her 6-year-old granddaughter Tando have become accustomed to. All because this electric box blew up and is yet to be fixed. Mabela says no one here is going to vote. She says they don't know what service delivery is like.
She says
they can't even buy monthly groceries because it will rot. She says there's nothing to vote for. While there's a threat to boycott the poll, Eskom says the actions of some residents are a contributing factor.
Eskom has replaced 84 transformers in Soweto over the past year, and there are a few areas that are experiencing extended power outages due to 42 mini substations that still require replacement, out of a total installed base of 2,187, which is under 2%. That is affecting 2,900 customers out of a total installed customer base of 185,000 in Soweto. These mini substations fail as a result of customers bypassing their meters, using electricity indiscriminately and wastefully, and in some cases we've got people who are illegally operating our networks. The specific mini sub in Pimville was supposed to be part of the 84 that were replaced, but customers refused Eskom access to install prepaid meters and remove illegal connections. We could not replace the mini sub without normalizing the area because it would have resulted in premature failure. By the time they started cooperating with us, the mini sub was already allocated to other customers who were cooperating. We have started receiving deliveries of the mini subs that we ordered, and we started with the replacement in Soweto yesterday. Pimville Sun Valley mini sub will be repaired before the end of October.
Analysts say voters should be asking political parties the right questions as they make more promises on the campaign trail.
This year, the elections are going to be even tougher because service delivery has become one of the key items that communities are looking out for. Electricity is an important service delivery item which communities such as Soweto and other communities around South Africa have been complaining about. On the other side, we see municipalities who are owing Eskom large sums of money. So there is, in effect, a conflict between Eskom as well as municipalities, and communities find themselves in the middle of all of this. What needs to be done, we believe that government needs to look very, very closely at how the tariff regime is promulgated for electricity. We've always advocated for a differentiated tariff across communities as opposed to a tariff that seems to cover all the communities. And what we mean by a differentiated tariff, we're not talking about a flat tariff, but looking at how communities, their socio-economic situations and circumstances can be profiled such that they can start paying for electricity at the level that they can afford and according to their usage.
But for Mabela and her family, they just want to be able to switch on even listening to the radio on a Sunday night is a challenge. Chriselda, SABC News in Johannesburg.